السلام عليكم. لا تنسوا الإعجاب بالفيديو والاشتراك في القناة تشجيعا لنا لنستمر بنشر المزيد إن شاء الله.
The lost city in the ancient Pharaonic civilization. The ancient Pharaonic civilization, a complete guide to all the secrets of the Egyptian civilization in the Pharaonic era. The entire history of each Pharaonic king and queen and the secrets of building all ancient temples. Pharaonic Egypt still fascinates the world, and the treasures of the pharaohs still dazzle eyes, fool minds, and steal hearts. The world still admires him and is confused about his secrets, and one of these may be obsessed with the ancient Egyptians and their civilization to the point of reaching this obsession. The magic of ancient Egypt will remain as long as there is a mind that thinks, a heart beats, an eye sees, and an ear hears. The same is true for the magic that has opened up to the world and it's set immersed in our minds, hearts, and sights. When Jean-Francois Champollion succeeded in uncovering the symbols of the ancient Egyptian language, and informing the world about the magic and secrets of the pharaohs scientifically, establishing Egyptology in 1822. Since then, we've all been blessed with the irresistible charm of Pharaonic Egypt. The Egyptian mission headed by Dr. Zahi Hawass discovered the lost city under the sand, which was called Ascension of Aton, which dates back to the reign of King Amenhotep III. The city continued to be used by Tutankhamun since 3,000 years. Dr. Zahi Hawass said that work began in this area to search for the funerary temple of King Tutankhamun, because the temples of Horemheb and I were found before. Hawass confirmed that the mission found the largest city ever in Egypt, which was founded by one of the greatest rulers of Egypt. He is King Amenhotep III, the 9th king of the 18th dynasty, who ruled Egypt from 1391 until 1353. Before birth, his son and future heir to the throne, Amenhotep IV, Akhenaten, shared the last 8 years of his reign. Hawass added that this city was the largest administrative and industrial settlement in the era of the Egyptian Empire on the west bank of Luxor, where he found houses in the city. Some of its walls reach a height of about 3 meters and are divided into streets. Continuing, we have uncovered a part of the city extending to the west, while Deir el-Medina is part of our city. Excavations began in September 2020. Within weeks, formations of mud bricks began to appear in all directions, and the mission was astonished when it discovered that the site was a large city in a good state of preservation. With semi-finished walls and rooms full of everyday tools, the layers have stayed. Archaeology remains intact for thousands of years, and the ancient inhabitants left it as if it was yesterday. Dr. Betsy Bryan, professor of Egyptology at Johns Hopkins University, said, "The discovery of this lost city is the second important archaeological find after the tomb of Tutankhamun. She explained that the discovery of this city not only gives us a rare glimpse into the life of the ancient Egyptians in the era of the empire, but it will also help illuminate one of the greatest mysteries in history. Why did Akhenaten and Nefertiti decide to move to Amarna? The excavation area is located between the Temple of Ramses III in Medinet Habu and the Temple of Amenhotep III in Memnon. The Egyptian mission began working in this area in search of the funerary temple of Tutankhamun. It was King Ait, the successor to Tutankhamun, who built his temple on a site that was later adjoined on its south side with the Temple of Ramses III in Medinet Habu. The first objective of the mission was to determine the history of this city, as hieroglyphic inscriptions were found on the ceramic lids of wine vessels. Historical references tell us that the city consisted of 3 royal palaces of King Amenhotep III, in addition to the administrative and industrial center of the empire. A large number of archaeological discoveries have confirmed the history of the city, such as rings, scarabs, colored pottery vessels, and mud bricks bearing the seals of King Amenhotep's cartouche. Third, after only 7 months of excavation, several areas or neighborhoods of that city were uncovered, and food preparation areas complete with ovens and clay storage utensils, which was serving a large number of workers and employees. As for the second area, which was partially disclosed, the winding walls are a rare architectural element in ancient Egyptian architecture, and were used mainly at the end of the 18th dynasty. As for the third area, it is the workshop. On one side, it includes a production area for the mud bricks used to build temples and annexes. The bricks contain seals bearing the cartouches of King Amenhotep III, Neb-Mayat-Ra. A large number of dyes were discovered for the production of amulets and decorative items in it. This is further evidence of the widespread activity in the city to produce the decorations of both temples and tombs. Throughout the excavation areas, the mission found many tools used in industrial activity, such as spinning and weaving, rubble of metals and glass has also been discovered, but the main area of such activity has yet to be discovered. 2 uncommon burials of a cow or bull were also found inside one of the rooms, and still are searches in progress to determine the nature and purpose of these burials. A wonderful burial of a person was also found with his arms outstretched next to him, and the remains of a rope wrapped around his knees. The location and position of this skeleton is somewhat strange, and there is more research on this matter. A vase containing 2 gallons of dried or boiled meat, about 10 kilograms, was found and bears valuable inscriptions that can be read. Year 37, boiled meat for Valentine's Day Dam. The 3rd Valentine's Day from the butchery of the barn, made by the butcher Iwi. And this valuable information does not give us only the names of 2 people who lived and worked in the city. Rather, they confirm that the city was active and determines the time of King Amenhotep III's participation with his son Akhenaten. The mission also found a text inscribed on the imprint of a seal that reads Jem Ba'atan, meaning the province of Atan al-Saida, and this is the name of a temple built by King Akhenaten at Karnak. A large tomb was uncovered, the extent of which has not yet been determined, and the mission discovered a group of graves carved into rocks of various sizes, which can be accessed through stairs carved into the rock. A common feature of the construction of tombs is in the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Nobles, and the work is still in progress. The mission expects to uncover untouched graves full of treasures. The ongoing excavations give archaeologists access to the city's original layer of activity. Revealed information will change history and give us unique insight into the family of Tutankhamun. The discovery of the lost city will also provide a deeper understanding of the daily life of the ancient Egyptians. In terms of the style of building and decorating homes, the tool only a third of the area has been uncovered so far, and the mission will continue excavations. The area identified as the possible site of Tutankhamun's funerary temple was about tombs and temples, but this is the first time that secrets are revealed about the life of the kings of the Golden Age of Egypt.